Steelers Nation, welcome back to the channel. As always, the Pittsburgh Steelers are working hard to improve every week and push for the results we all want. Playoff contention and, of course, another Lombardi trophy. Every game brings lessons, and while last Thursday's loss to the Browns was tough, we're here to break it all down for you. But first, if you love the Steelers as much as we do, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on exclusive news and updates. Today, we're talking about George Pickens, some controversial moments on and off the field, and what's next for the Steelers. Let's dive in. Steelers wide receiver George Pickens had a night he's likely not eager to relive. During the final moments of the Steelers' 24-19 loss to the Cleveland Browns, emotions boiled over, leading to a heated scuffle with Browns cornerback Greg Newsome II during Pittsburgh's last-second Hail Mary attempt. The incident escalated to the point that game officials and stadium security had to step in to separate the two players. While neither was flagged during the game, the NFL has a history of reviewing such incidents post-game, and Pickens could be facing a fine of $39,501 for violating league rules against fighting. If the scuffle wasn't enough to catch the NFL's attention, Pickens' post-game comments might do the trick. Speaking to reporters, Pickens didn't hold back his frustration, criticizing game officials for missing what he believed was a crucial pass interference call on Browns cornerback Martin Emerson Jr. "That's what I'm saying," Pickens said. "The conditions and away game refs." Pickens also suggested that the Steelers were the better team, implying that weather conditions and officiating played a significant role in the outcome. "Conditions played a huge part in today's game," Pickens said. "I don't really think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kind of saved them today." His frustration was particularly evident when discussing a missed opportunity for a touchdown. "The snow, the conditions were so bad," he added. "I don't even think the QB could see sometimes." Pickens wasn't wrong about the challenging weather. The game unfolded in near-blizzard conditions, with heavy snowfall reducing visibility and making the field treacherous. The Steelers, dressed in mostly white uniforms, may have struggled more with visibility than their opponents, though Pickens' remarks about the weather aiding Cleveland are likely to rub Browns fans, and perhaps some Steelers fans, the wrong way. While weather is always an unpredictable factor, the Steelers will need to find ways to adapt if they hope to succeed in similar conditions moving forward. Adding another layer to the night's chaos was an incident earlier in the game involving Browns safety Grant Delpit, who was flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct after ripping Pickens' mouthpiece off his helmet and tossing it to the ground. While this drew a penalty during the game, it's possible Delpit could face additional discipline from the league. As if the game's drama wasn't enough, former Eagles running back LeSean McCoy weighed in on the Steelers' offense, particularly their use of quarterback Justin Fields in a 2-QB system alongside Russell Wilson. Speaking on the facility, McCoy questioned whether this approach was doing more harm than good. "Justin Fields is not really that good as a player," McCoy said. "He's super athletic. I get all that. But now I'm looking at it like there's no type of balance. Every defender is all in the box." McCoy argued that taking Wilson off the field for certain packages disrupts the team's rhythm and gives defenses an easier time adjusting. While McCoy's criticism may sting, it's a conversation worth having. The Steelers' offense has shown flashes of brilliance but lacks consistency. With a tough schedule ahead, finding the right balance will be crucial. The Steelers' upcoming schedule is a gauntlet, with games against the Bengals, twice, Ravens, Browns, and powerhouse teams like the Chiefs and Eagles. With so many divisional matchups and playoff implications on the line, Pittsburgh must find a way to rise above the challenges they've faced in recent weeks. Russell Wilson, despite the criticism, remains the team's best chance at making a playoff push. But the team's reliance on a 2-QB system and lingering questions about their offensive strategy leave much to be desired. As for Pickens, his passion is undeniable, but it's a double-edged sword. While his competitive fire is exactly what you want in a star player, moments like Thursday night's scuffle and his post-game comments can become distractions if not managed properly. Pickens is one of the most talented receivers in the league, and the Steelers need him focused on making plays, not making headlines. With potential fines looming, it's a situation the coaching staff will need to address quickly. So, Steelers fans, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on George Pickens' scuffle with Greg Newsome II? Was it justifiable frustration or a moment that crossed the line? Do you agree with Pickens' comments about the officiating and weather, or do you think he should have kept those thoughts private? And what about the team's use of a 2-QB system? Is it a wrinkle worth keeping, or should the Steelers commit fully to Russell Wilson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you, and your opinions make this community stronger. Thursday night's 24-19 loss to the Cleveland Browns was one of the most frustrating games for the Steelers this season. The snowy conditions at Huntington Bank Field created a dramatic backdrop, but unfortunately, Pittsburgh couldn't capitalize despite outgaining the Browns 368-304 and winning the turnover battle 3-1. Wide receiver George Pickens, never one to shy away from sharing his thoughts, wasn't impressed by the Browns' performance. His post-game comments have stirred the pot and set the stage for an even more heated rematch on December 8th. After the game, Pickens didn't mince words when asked about the Browns' victory. "The conditions played a huge part in today's game," he said. "I don't really think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kinda saved them today." The Steelers' wideout was clearly frustrated, and who can blame him? Pittsburgh had multiple opportunities to take control of the game but came up short in critical moments. However, Pickens' fiery remarks didn't stop at the weather. He pointed out that the Steelers were the better team statistically and voiced frustration about the snowy field, which he believed hampered the team's ability to execute. The conditions were so bad," Pickens continued. "I don't even think the QB could see sometimes. And when you got conditions like that, at the opponent's home field, it kind of plays in their favor." Head coach Mike Tomlin struck a different tone after the game. While acknowledging his team's missed opportunities, he praised the Browns' effort. "I thought they brought it tonight," Tomlin said. "They made more plays over the course of 60 minutes than we did." Tomlin highlighted pivotal moments, such as Russell Wilson's 23-yard touchdown pass to Calvin Austin III that gave the Steelers a 19-18 lead with just over 6 minutes left. But a disastrous 15-yard punt by Corliss Whiteman gave Cleveland excellent field position late in the game. The Browns capitalized with Nick Chubb's 2-yard game-winning touchdown run. Tomlin's comments reflect the reality. While the Steelers showed flashes of brilliance, they struggled to close the game when it mattered most. The game ended on a sour note, with tension spilling over after the final play. Pickens and Browns cornerback Greg Newsome too exchanged words, and while the specifics of the altercation remain unclear, it encapsulated the fiery nature of this AFC North rivalry. Pickens' four-catch, 48-yard performance wasn't his most explosive outing, but his post-game comments have already set the stage for a dramatic rematch in Pittsburgh. Statistically, the Steelers outperformed the Browns in several key areas, but the scoreboard told a different story. Missed opportunities on special teams. The 15-yard punt by Whiteman was a turning point, giving Cleveland the short field they needed to score the winning touchdown. Struggles in the red zone. Pittsburgh's inability to convert critical opportunities into touchdowns was a recurring theme. Weather conditions. While both teams had to deal with the snow, it seemed to disrupt Pittsburgh's rhythm more significantly. Looking ahead, the road to redemption. The Steelers now sit at 8-3, still firmly in the playoff hunt but facing a critical stretch of games. Their next matchup with the Browns on December 8th is shaping up to be a must-watch affair, with emotions running high and playoff implications on the line. For the Browns, at 3-8, there's little to lose and everything to prove. Expect them to come into Pittsburgh hungry to play spoiler. Pickens' confidence and passion are undeniable, but there's a fine line between motivating your team and creating distractions. His comments have certainly added fuel to the rivalry, but the Steelers need him to channel that energy into his performance on the field. For Tomlin and the coaching staff, the focus will be on keeping the team united and focused as they navigate the final stretch of the season. Steelers Nation, it's been a wild week, but one thing is for sure, this team has the talent and determination to bounce back. It's up to the players, coaches, and yes, us as fans, to keep the energy high and push forward. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more exclusive Steelers content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow fans. Together, we'll keep cheering our team on through every high and low. Thanks for watching, and as always, here we go, Steelers!